Hi guys, welcome to Royal Logos. It's my pleasure to have you here and I really hope that you all are doing well. In today's logo design tutorial, we will design this modern and vibrant logo by using Adobe Illustrator. So without wasting any time, let's continue with the design process. In Illustrator, first of all go to File and select New. Then select the units to pixels. Then select the width of your page to 1920 and height to 1080 pixels and select OK. Now before designing our logo, we will proceed with the reference geometry. So first of all, select the rectangle tool, left click once at the page and select the height of your rectangle to 75 pixels and select any random width value like 200 pixels and select OK. And now the color of the rectangle is white, which is negligible. So we will apply a different color like this, red color. Now again left click at the page, select the value of height to 340 pixels and select OK. Now select the selection tool, select this one, go to edit, select copy, again go to edit and select paste. And to differentiate between the parts, we will simply apply a different color like this, green color. Then select all of these parts and we doesn't need the stroke or you can say the boundary color. So we will simply cancel it by clicking on this cross icon. And now we will reduce their opacity. So go to Windows and select Transparency. And set the value of opacity to 50% and press enter. Now simply minimize this menu and deselect these rectangles by clicking on the white area. Select this red rectangle and drag it at this position. Now select this green one. And now we have to place this corner of green rectangle at this corner of the red one. So simply drag it like this. And for the better visual of the placement, simply press Z on the keyboard and zoom in this area. And you can see that the placement is not perfect. So again select the selection tool and drag this green rectangle at this intersection point. Again reset the page view by pressing Ctrl+0. Now select this red rectangle and now we have to place this corner of the red one at this corner of the green rectangle. So simply drag it like this. And again if you want to recheck the placement, then simply press Z on the keyboard and zoom in this area. And this time this is perfect. Now reset the page view by pressing Ctrl+0. Then select the selection tool, select all of these rectangles and drag them at the center like this. Then deselect them by clicking on the white area and select the pen tool, left click at this corner, then move your mouse cursor towards the right side, and to draw a straight line you have to hold down the shift key. Simply left click and to complete the shape press enter. Now select the selection tool and you can see that the width of the line is negligible. So simply left click on this line and here we have the option for the stroke width. Simply select on this drop down menu and select the stroke width to 2 points. And now this is much better. And now we have to duplicate this line. So simply hold down the alternate key, then hold down your left mouse button and drag it at this intersection point. Again repeat the procedure by holding down the alternate key like this and again at this corner. Now it doesn't need these rectangles, so simply select them and press delete. Then select the rectangle tool, left click on the page and this time select the value of height to 115 pixels and for the width you can select the random value like I will select 1000 pixels and press OK. Now select the selection tool, drag it at this position and now we will simply reduce the opacity. So go to Windows, select Transparency and set the value of opacity to 50% and press enter. Simply minimize this menu. Then select the rotate tool and rotate this rectangle to 90 degrees and select OK. Select the selection tool and drag it at this position and now we will make copies of this rectangle. So simply hold down the alternate key, then hold down your left mouse button at this red rectangle and drag it at this corner like this. And to differentiate between the parts, we will simply apply a different color. So go to this menu and select this green color. Now again select this red rectangle, hold down the alternate key and drag it at this corner. Then select this green rectangle, again hold down the alternate key and drag it at this corner. And finally select this red rectangle, hold down the alternate key and drag it at this corner of the green rectangle like this. Now it doesn't need these green rectangles, so simply select them and press delete. Also for this one. Then select all of these rectangles, right click and select group. Then select the rotate tool and this time select the value of angle to -25 and select OK. Select the selection tool, right click and select ungroup. Then deselect these shapes by clicking on the white area. And now we will convert these angular corners into the flat ones with respect to these reference lines. So select the rectangle tool and draw a rectangle from this corner like this. Simply select the selection tool, hold down the shift key and click once at this rectangle. Then go to Windows, select Pathfinder and select -front. Again select the rectangle tool. This time draw a rectangle from this line like this. Then select the selection tool, hold down the shift key and click once at this rectangle and again select -front. Now again repeat the procedure by selecting the rectangle tool and now draw a rectangle from this third line and drag it like this. Again select the selection tool, hold down the shift key and click once at this rectangle, then select -front. And you can simply reset the page view by clicking Ctrl+0. Now we will delete these bottom parts by repeating the same procedure. So select the rectangle tool, and we are done with the basic shape. Now select all of these rectangles, right click, then select group. Then go to edit, select copy, again go to edit and select paste in front. Then select the reflect tool, double click on it and select this vertical position and select OK. And to differentiate between the parts, simply select a different color like this green color. Now press Z on the keyboard and zoom in this area. Then select the selection tool and drag the green rectangles at this corner of the red ones. And once you are done, simply press Ctrl+0 to reset the page view. Now simply select all of these parts, right click and select ungroup. And then deselect them by clicking on the white area. Simply select this green rectangle and press delete. Now select the pen tool, left click at this intersection point at this corner and simply complete the shape like this. Now select the selection tool, hold down the shift key and click once at this bottom red rectangle, then simply select -front. Now select the rectangle tool and draw a rectangle from this corner. Again select the selection tool, hold down the shift key and click once at this green rectangle, then select -front. Now press Z on the keyboard and zoom in this area. Then select the pen tool, click once at this path at this corner and simply complete the shape like this. Then select the selection tool, hold down the shift key and click once at this green rectangle and select -front. Now reset the page view by pressing Ctrl+0. Now it doesn't need this reference geometry, so simply select all of these lines and press delete on the keyboard. And now select this bottom red rectangle, right click, go to arrange and select bring to front. Then select the direct selection tool and click once at this anchor point, then hold down your left mouse button and drag it towards this corner like this. Now we are done with the basic logo design process and it's time to apply the gradients. So now we will create our own gradient colors. And before that, simply select all of these parts, go to edit and select cut. We can use this logo later by simply go to edit and select paste in place like this. But now we will simply cut the shape by go to edit, select cut and create our gradient colors. You can simply cancel this menu, then select the rectangle tool and draw a random rectangle like this. Now select the gradient tool, left click once at this red rectangle and you can see that a gradient is applied. Now before applying the colors, simply double click on this gradient tool and here you can see the gradient slider. Again double click at this white color, then click on this menu and you can see that the gradient is selected to grayscale. Simply select to RGB color scheme. Again repeat the procedure with this black color, double click on it, again select this menu and again RGB color scheme. Now you can apply different colors of your own choice. So simply minimize this menu. Now simply double click on this white color and here you have the option for the color code. Simply select the value to E7-2C83 and press enter. And the color is applied to the left side of the rectangle. Now simply double click on this black color and this time write the value of code to F88676 and press enter. And we are done with our first gradient. Now select the selection tool and to make a copy, simply hold down the alternate key and drag it like this. Again hold down the alternate key and drag it at this position. Now select this middle rectangle, again select the gradient tool, double click at this left color and this time write the value of code to E43833 and press enter. Select this right side color and write the value of code to F9B040 and press enter. And we are done with our second color. Now select the selection tool, click once at this third rectangle, again select the gradient tool, double click at this left color and write the value of code to A81787 and press enter. Then select this right side color and write the value of code to F27898 and press enter. And these are the three gradients that we will use in our logo. Now we will save these gradients as color swatches. So simply select the selection tool, go to Windows and select swatches. Select this first gradient, then select on this icon which says new swatch. And you can write any name as per your choice. Like I will write the name to gradient 1 and select OK. And our gradient is saved with the name gradient 1. Then select this second rectangle, again click on this new swatch and this time write the name to gradient 2 and select OK. Then select this third rectangle, select new swatch and write the name to gradient 3 and select OK. Now we are done with our gradient colors, and if you want to find these gradients, then simply click on this drop down menu and you can see that our gradients are appearing with the other colors. Now it doesn't need these rectangles, so simply select them and press delete. And now it's time to paste our logo. So simply go to edit and select paste in place. Then go to Windows and select transparency and increase the value of opacity to 100%. Minimize this menu and now it's time to apply our color gradients. Now deselect these shapes by clicking on the white area. Select on this red shape, then click on this drop down menu and select our gradient 1. And you can see that the gradient is applied in just one click. Then select this green rectangle, again click on this drop down menu and select gradient 2. Now select this middle red rectangle and again select the second gradient, then select this green rectangle, and for this rectangle simply select the first gradient and finally select this rectangle, again click on the drop down menu and select this third gradient. Now if you want to adjust the gradient colors as per your choice, then simply select the gradient tool and you can see the handle. Simply move your mouse cursor towards this end, and when this rotation icon appears, simply hold down your left mouse button and drag it like this. You can also change overall position of the handle with just your left mouse button. And if you want to elongate this handle, then again move your mouse cursor towards this end And when this icon appears, simply hold down your left mouse button and drag it like this. In this way you can adjust the handle and the position of the colors as per your choice. Now to adjust the gradient for the remaining shapes, simply select the selection tool, click once at this shape, again select the gradient tool, and in the same way you can change the angle and the position of your gradients. Again select the selection tool, click once at this shape, then again select the gradient tool. And now we are done with our gradient colors. Now simply press Z on the keyboard and zoom in this area. Then select the selection tool, select these three shapes, right click, go to arrange and select bring to front. And now this is better. Now again select all of these shapes, go to Windows and select transparency. Then reduce the value of opacity to 50% and press enter. Now deselect these shapes by clicking on the white area, and now we want to add a nice blending effect at the overlapping positions. So simply select the pen tool, click once at this path, then at this intersection point, also at this one, at this intersection point, at this point, and simply complete the shape like this. Now to differentiate between the parts, we will simply change the color. So select the selection tool, click once at the shape, and here we have the option for the color selection. Simply select this blue color. Now again select the pen tool, click once at this intersection point, at this one, at this one, and at this intersection point. And also repeat the procedure with this overlapping position. Also for this one. Now select the selection tool, hold down the shift key and select all of these blue parts. Then go to edit and select cut. We will use them later after applying the shadows. For now, select all of these parts, again go to Windows, transparency, and set the value of opacity to 100% and press enter. And now it's time to apply our shadows. First of all, deselect all of these shapes by clicking on the white area, then select the pen tool, click once at this intersection point, at this one, at this point, at this position, and simply complete the shape like this. Then select this drop down menu and select black color. Then select the gradient tool, click once at the shape, then double click on this left side color and simply select black color, and for this right side color again double click and this time select white color. And now we will adjust our gradient. So simply rotate it, and I think that this is better. Now move your mouse cursor towards this end, and when this icon appears, simply hold down your left mouse button and drag it like this, and I think that this is better. Now select the selection tool, and from transparency simply select this drop down menu and select darken, and from the opacity simply reduce the value to 20% and press enter, and you can see that a soft shadow is applied to the shape. Now to duplicate this shadow, simply hold down the alternate key and drag it at this corner like this. Now again select the pen tool, left click at this path, then at this intersection point, at this position, at this intersection point, at this intersection point, and simply complete the shape like this. Then select the gradient tool and adjust the position of gradient colors. Now select the selection tool, and from the transparency click on this drop down menu, again select darken and reduce the value of opacity to 20% and press enter. And to make a copy, simply hold down the alternate key and drag it at this corner. And we are done with our shadows. And now it's time to paste our blue shapes. So go to Edit and select Paste in Place. Then simply select this color selection menu and apply this white color. And from this transparency menu, reduce the opacity to 10% and press Enter. Minimize this menu and deselect these parts by clicking on the white area. And you can see that this provides a nice blending effect. Reset the page view by pressing Ctrl+0 and let's see that how our logo looks in dark background. So select the rectangle tool and draw a rectangle from this intersection point to this one. Then apply it a black color. Right click on the rectangle and from this arrange menu select send to back. And I think that our logo is working perfectly in both light and dark backgrounds. And this is for today's modern and vibrant logo design in Adobe Illustrator. You can also share your thoughts about the design in the comments section, that whether you liked it or not, or if you want to suggest any modifications. And if you think that this video helps you in some way, then like and subscribe the channel. Thanks for visiting and have a nice day.